Welcome back to the Napa Valley Tournament Expert Division opening round, hole number 17. Here we're setting up for a Grizzly rough bump using a P3 plus, side spin 3 plus, wind 4 plus ball. APOC 5 plus for the drive, and Grizzly 8 plus for the approach. This is what I'll tell you about the Grizzly 8. If you're using a Grizzly 8, you're short 3 yards as compared to my Grizzly 9. You may want to switch to a P4 ball after you start the hole to make sure that you don't run out of room or you don't get stuck between clubs. We are playing in, most of the time we're playing this in Grizzly 9 plus yards. And if you're using a P3 ball with a Grizzly 8, you might find yourself caught between clubs. So if you're using Grizzly 8, my recommendation would be to start the hole with a P3 and then switch to a P4 and then play everything else the same. If you're using Grizzly 8 on the approach, you can still play the plus yard chart that I have. You'll just need to minus 3 yards from it and use that slider value as you are 3 yards shorter with your club. That's even if you use a P4 ball. Say you use a P4 ball and you're set up at the +5. You're going to use the +2 slider values for your approach. So the drive, P3 minus 20 max, no moving target, 1 backspin, 3 right spin. P3 minus 20 max. I actually had a little bit extra backspin here. It's not going to hurt. But I think I also played APOC 5 right curl here. And I've since changed it to full right curl. You can play it with an APOC 5. The problem with APOC 5 right curl is that it's not very forgiving on the left-hand side, right? So if you hit a minor great left, you're going to be most likely between clubs. And it doesn't always get as far to the right as we need it. So best if you have it, just play full right curl. You want to pull the drive straight with an 1159 favor. And the reason is we don't want to have our first bounce clip that rough. It has been minor great right safe so long as you're watching your pull angle on the drive. P3 plus 0 on this approach shot. 3 top spin, 3 left spin. We're going to add spin and then have the yellow ring touching the sand on the bottom and the tip of the ball guide in the center of the hole. And what we want to do is leave ourselves about a cup in between the ball guide as it goes up next to the hole. In other words, don't have your ball guide going up right next to the cup. You can, and it'll still be in the funnel, but then you're gonna risk smacking the pin. So always try to leave yourself about a cup right here as this ball guide goes up next to the hole and then comes back down. If you leave yourself about a cup there, you should be good to go. This shot has been really good as far as perfect, and I've even dropped this with minor great rights. The great left is safe, but not as likely to drop because generally when you hit the great left, you're going to land higher up on the rough and most likely catch the speed roll. which will shoot you up to the top of the hill. It'll still come down in the funnel, but it's going to come down left side of the hole, and it's going to come down too fast, and it's going to pop right over the hole. But still safe. Besides that, just make sure that you're pulling this with an 1159 flicker. The danger, there's no real danger in this shot. Even if you catch the glitch roll, it's still safe. But in order to avoid that glitch roll, we don't want to land too high up on the rough. So pull it with a slight 59 flicker, and that usually will help prevent you from landing too high up in the rough and catching that speed roll. We've got some wiggle room there, but you know, if you add overpower, if you pull with a, you know, a 1201, it is possible for you to land a little too high in the rough and catch that speed roll. So just keep that in mind. Favor 59 on the drive and the approach. P3 minus 20 no move target on the drive, plus 0 at slider on the approach. Besides that, Grizzly P3 plus yards, same as we had on the front 9. Plus 9 is 100, 8 is 98, 7 is 95, 6 is 93, 5 is 90, 4 is 88, 3 is 86, 2 is 83, plus 1 is 81, 0 is 78. Rings short of the plus yard check. So if you go and set up and you're not in plus yards, count rings up until you hit the plus 1, and those are these values here. 1 ring short is 77, 2 is 75, 3 is 73, 4 is 72, 5 rings short will be 70 slider, 6 is 69, 7 is 67, 8 is 66, 9 is 64, and 10 is 63% slider. You should never be outside of that. And that is going to be counting rings up until you hit the plus 1. All right. So you can do it 2 ways. You can set your yellow ring on the rough on the bottom, then count rings up till you see the plus 1 and then just reset. Or you can push up to the plus 1 and count rings back until your yellow ring touches the sand on the bottom. Either way, you get the same result. Good luck, everyone. Good opportunity here. I hope you all get it, and we'll catch you on the next one.